Hi, I'm Michael Josh, and you're watching GadgetMatch. Since its launch in October in Munich, Germany, we've been following Huawei Mate 10 and Mate 10 Pro launches across the globe. In late October, we were in Singapore when the Mate 10 Pro first hit retail stores across the globe, and then in the Philippines for its November launch. And very soon, the phone will be coming to the US. We've already done a pretty exhaustive look at the Mate 10 Pro's features. You can click over here to watch that. But in this review video, we spent an extra amount of time in order to answer questions that a usual 2 to 3 week review couldn't. Can its artificial intelligence features keep the phone from slowing down over time? And does it optimize battery life? And does machine learning really help you take better photos? Fasten your seatbelts, hit that subscribe button. This is our Huawei Mate 10 and Mate 10 Pro review. Okay, let's get it started. In a curious move, Huawei decided that they were going to give people two options when they launched the Mate 10. So the Mate 10 and the Mate 10 Pro are different in many ways. First off, the Mate 10 is wider with a more traditional aspect ratio, while the Mate 10 Pro is taller and slimmer and sports the new 18:9 standard. The Mate 10 Pro has an OLED display. Both have very small forehead and chins, but on the Mate 10, Huawei's managed to squeeze in a tiny home button and fingerprint sensor up front. On the Pro model, it's on the back of the device. That's where the options come in. Are you old school? Then this one is for you. Or do you prefer this layout? Huawei executives tell GadgetMatch 2 different models allows users to choose. But sometimes these options make choosing between the two confusing. For example, the Mate 10 has a higher resolution display than on the Mate 10 Pro. It's got a headphone jack and micro SD card support, while the Pro model skips both of these well-loved features in exchange for the first time ever on a Huawei smartphone, water resistance. If you feel shortchanged, I've got to say, at least to me, it doesn't really matter that much. In fact, the Galaxy Note 8, even if it comes with a better, more higher resolution screen, has lower resolution settings turned on by default. Huawei says they wanted to give the Mate 10 Pro the best battery life possible and that a Quad HD display could take its toll on battery life. But of course, from a spec-to-spec comparison, it doesn't quite make sense that a base model will have things the Pro model doesn't. If I were to pick between the two, I'd still get the 10 Pro. I like the aspect ratio better. The relatively lower resolution display doesn't matter to me, while water resistance is a big deal. If there's anything that set the Mate 10 apart from its rivals, is its early investment in artificial intelligence. The phone's Kirin 970 processor is built with AI in mind. Only the iPhone 8 and 10 are smartphones with similar AI-based processors. AI on the Mate 10 is supposed to do things in the background, like keeping your phone running in tip-top form. I've been using the Mate 10 Pro heavily for several months now, and things haven't slowed down a bit. The interface still feels snappy, even when jumping between apps and playing our favorite games. These days, I've been spending way too much time on a game called Castle Crush, who reached out and asked to sponsor this video. Of course, before we said yes, Shai and I had to give the game a try to see if it was worth a recommendation. And we were immediately hooked. Castle Crush has all the makings of a good tower defense game, but also throws in card collecting and building the perfect fighting deck into the mix. Even with plenty of game time, battery life on the Mate 10 Pro has been consistently about a full day's use. With average use, you can stretch it out to about a day and a half. Where charging is concerned, the Mate 10 Pro scored high on our tests using its bundled supercharger. You can get to 50% in 30 minutes and about 85% after an hour. Huawei also makes its own supercharged power bank, gives you the same speeds, something which is rare on a portable power bank. On a more tangible, easily understandable level, AI works its magic helping you shoot photos in auto, but still delivering the best photos possible. Shooting food? A dog? A flower? Artificial intelligence figures out what subject you're taking a photo of and the best settings for that particular subject and scene. It's so good, it scored one of the highest scores on DxOMark thus far. Having used and traveled extensively with the Mate 10 Pro over the last few months, I can vouch for it being a very good camera, one of the best I've used this year. Take a look at these sample photos. So, does AI make a difference? Not yet. In our head-to-head shootout, we found it difficult to pick between photos shot on rival phones like the Samsung Galaxy Note 8, the iPhone X, and the Google Pixel 2, all of which also scored high on DxOMark. But its premise of being able to take the guesswork away from folks like us sounds 2 steps forward in the right direction. We just need to wait for machine learning to mature. On a related side note, what Huawei doesn't really talk about is the fact that the Mate 10 and 10 Pro also take amazing selfies. It may be priced much higher than other self-proclaimed selfie experts, but we think it's hands down the best selfie smartphone of 2017. Borrowing a feature from the Galaxy S8 and Note 8, the Mate 10 has a feature called PC mode, except that they've done it better. You don't need a dock, just an HDMI to USB-C cable, which when connected to a TV, lets you use your Mate 10 like it were a PC. If you don't have a keyboard or mouse, the phone can serve that purpose. We like this feature, but think its most practical use is if you are at a hotel and have a Bluetooth keyboard and mouse on hand. That way you can get the whole desktop experience while surfing the internet. This is another feature that will get better over time and iteration. So, are the Huawei Mate 10 and Mate 10 Pro your gadget match? Of all the phones we've reviewed this year, these two are among our favorites. They offer almost everything you'd expect from a top-notch smartphone. Solid premium design, one of the best cameras in the biz, long battery life, and a forward-thinking approach to artificial intelligence and machine learning. The last two are what we believe the future of smartphones is going to be all about. And for that, we awarded the GadgetMatch seal of approval. Personally, I think this is the phone of the year. It may not necessarily be the best, but it's earned the right to sit alongside the iPhone X, the Galaxy Note 8, and the Pixel 2 XL. I'm sure tech reviewers and fanboys alike will argue which phone is the best among the best, but for the most part, each of these phones is equally as good. But what sets Huawei's offerings apart is that even if they made a big technological push towards AI in phones, they did not hit higher price points that seemingly became the norm this year. And that, for me, is important, because the best technology needn't not be expensive. Lest we forget, value for money is part of what makes a smartphone great. And that was our Huawei Mate 10 and Mate 10 Pro review. For more videos like this one, you know the drill, folks. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our Facebook page, follow GadgetMatch on social media, and make GadgetMatch.com your daily habit. Until the next video, I'm Michael Josh. Thanks for dropping by.